What if I told you there's 91 acres in Roane County, West Virginia, where the road runs quiet, the timber stands deep, and the hills give you space to move without feeling cut off from everything else? This tract on Clay Road sits just outside Newton. It's positioned close enough to Interstate 79 for practical access, yet far enough into the hills that once you turn onto the property, the pace changes. You're not staring at rooftops. You're looking at timber, elevation, and open sky. From the road, the land begins to rise. A creek runs along the lower section, giving the property a steady water source that shapes how wildlife moves through it. Water has a quiet influence on rural ground. It creates travel corridors. It supports habitat. It gives the land a natural anchor point. Step beyond the frontage, and the property unfolds in layers. The elevation shifts gradually from lower creek bottom ground up toward ridges that crest above 1,000 feet. Those ridges matter. They create natural stand locations for hunters. They provide vantage points if you're thinking about a future build site. They give the property shape instead of leaving it flat and forgettable. The timber here is mature and established. This isn't thin sapling growth. It's forest that's been standing long enough to hold real value. Whether you're considering timber management, long-term investment, or simply privacy, that maturity makes a difference. There are existing trails running through sections of the property. They allow you to move across the land without cutting through heavy brush every step of the way. Trails connect ridges, benches, and lower clearings, making it easier to understand how the ground works. And once you understand it, you start to see the possibilities. There are areas that could serve as food plots, sections where the terrain levels off naturally, pockets where a blind or stand would make sense based on wind direction and elevation. This is the kind of ground hunters look for: varied terrain, dependable water, timber cover, and enough acreage to create a real plan instead of just hoping for movement. At the same time, this property isn't locked into one purpose. If you hike up to the higher benches and look across the ridgeline, you can picture a cabin set back in the trees, elevated enough for drainage and views, far enough from the road for privacy, close enough for easy access. It's 91 acres in one solid block. That matters. No narrow strips, no disconnected parcels, just a strong piece of ground that holds together. Roane County itself adds context. You're within reach of Spencer for supplies and services. Wallback Wildlife Management Area is nearby, drawing outdoorsmen and reinforcing the region's reputation for recreation. Yet when you're on this property, it doesn't feel crowded. It feels like ground you can use without interruption. This isn't flashy acreage trying to impress with exaggerated claims. It's honest land. Hills shaped by years of weather, timber that's had time to grow, a creek that continues to run whether anyone is watching or not. 91 acres that can be hunted, managed, built on, or simply held. Clay Road offers access, elevation, water, timber, and room to decide what comes next. The kind of property that makes more sense once you walk it and feel how the ridges roll under your boots. If you're ready to see it for yourself, contact Land Company LLC and schedule your showing. Step onto the ground, walk the trails, stand on the ridges, then decide what 91 acres in Roane County could mean for you.